these dialogues that you have with your client institutions and the one that you're holding in India right now in Mumbai, how do you map back the sessions in this dialogue to what you need to be doing topically?
At the end of the day, our events, such as this one here, and you will see it's a quite different type of event than the normal conference.
Right.
I'm of a deep belief with my team that human interactions are the key to anything.
Right.
Because yes, we are in a B2B business, as they say, but at the end of the day, it's all about people. And so putting people in touch around a particular subject, like, you know, in this case, mobile payments, we basically do that, and then we let the magic happen. And magic, we noticed, happens. We have seen it at several, Tribe at Cybers events. Magic does emerge from these human interactions. Ideas come, and you can see people are engaged, working together, knowing each other, collaborating, and ideas do emerge. Sometimes these ideas have nothing to do with SWIFT, and that is totally okay.
Right.
We pledge that we will make these ideas available to whomever can do something about them.
Right.
Some ideas are quite relevant to SWIFT, in which case we take them and we incubate them.
Right.
Some ideas we put in the wild, saying, look, there is this gem, rough gem.
Yeah.
We don't know yet what to do with it. Does anybody else know what to do with it? So that's what that's how
so you're behaving more as a processing center of ideas rather than an owner of ideas.
In my team, so my team indeed.
Right.
So the owner of ideas and the people who do something with ideas are not in my team. My team acts as a facilitator, of a process facilitator, as you say.
All of this conversation begs one question. So at which point does SWIFT decide to actually take an equity in one of the innovation initiatives that's boiling on the stove?
Mm-hmm. Well, I will give you the recent example of our acquisition of a business unit from SunGard and the newly created resulting commercial company called Arkelis, SWIFT company. So we made this decision in order to better serve the needs of a particular market. In this particular case, this is the top market in the interface segment that was asking us for a product, and that was asking us for essentially something that the SWIFT cooperative is not suited really to do, which is a customized product. We tend to produce products for the full community. In this case, there was a requirement for a customized product, and not only product but services as well. And at that point, it was clear to us that it would not, the better construct for this particular innovation would be this acquisition rather than trying to do it ourselves. So it was triggered really by the market demand and our own research about this particular innovation as we went along.
And which then begs the question, how does the board think about these acquisitions and what sort of ROIs do they put in place?
So I think both the board and the executives as entities in the governance of SWIFT had to invent some pieces of this story because this is the first acquisition that SWIFT is making. So I think, and I think everybody sees that as a potential of other, that there is potential for other acquisitions in the future.
Given the future of financial services and the future of huge infrastructure of financial services becoming more open, costing less, and perhaps more collaborative in terms of the different players, what is the thing that SWIFT fears most in terms of its own continued survival as a utility?
I would say it's I was mentioning earlier in the talk the curveball. The arrival of an entrant that provides a different, so that changes the market essentially. That's what at least from my perspective as a director, one of the senior managers of the company, that's what I fear most.
Final question: what does all of these attention on innovation in Swift? How do they affect your core business, your current core business, which is really transaction banking?
So innovation today. If I will answer your question in two ways. Within Swift, there is a lot of innovation going on for our core business, which is kind of behind the scenes. You don't see it, but we do a lot of work and innovations. Sometimes these are small little things, and you choose not to even call them innovation. It's business as usual. People work to make things better. Sometimes they are quite sizable innovations in terms of how to. So that's one. Then I think when we look at the outside idea generation, typically the ideas that come to us are more adjacent to the core business than the core business itself. Okay. We do see some ideas about the core business itself. Right. But usually we see them more adjacent, like for example the IBAM hub, as I was mentioning earlier, it's really an adjacent idea. Right. Yeah, we have the core business, but then the core business will be enhanced by the fact that we have this.
But the back end engine is driven by Swift.
But the back end, yes.
And what can we look forward to in the next 3 months or so? In terms of the activities of InnoTribe and the program that you own?
Thank you for the question. So we have three in terms of the most visible things, therefore the events like we do here. Very soon we will participate, the Swift and the InnoTribe team will participate to an event that touches a totally different aspect, more the human aspect of things. Right. We will be participating to the Ashoka Run Change Makers Week in Paris by near the end of June. Okay. So there will be an InnoTribe lab there, more focused on how can we, the financial community, be an actor in this ecosystem of social entrepreneurs, especially in developing countries. Yeah. So that's one. Then you will see us at Cybus in Toronto, of course, with the InnoTribe at Cybus. Yeah. And then in late October, we will be running an InnoTribe lab in the context of an event called Compass, which is a very high-profile event in California, where we will run an event more focused on how can banks be the driver of the new economies. Right.
So Costa Paris, thank you so much for spending time with us, and we hope that we will continue this discussion because innovation is a never-ending game. So there's no full stop to this conversation. It's a comma, and we hope that we continue the conversation.
Yes, by all means.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.